So there's another nice sermon for you all today. Not to let the problem get worse. Don't let problems get worse. How should we do this? When you face problems, maybe what kind of problems? You might get accused for no reason. Imagine you get accused, you get blamed for something that you have not done. You might get accused maybe in person or in public, in front of your friends, in front of your co-workers, something that you have not done at all. Maybe even your friends might suspect you and they might think that you have stolen something. So on all these things comes to our life, we experience gains, losses, blame, praise, and happiness, sadness, and fame, infame. All these things we have to face in life. So it's hectic, some they commit suicide when they can't bear sadness. So being hurt is not a joke. Hurting others is also not a joke. We can't take these things and we can't let our mind and our life to decline when we face problems. So when we face a problem, we should compare the problem. We should apply the Buddha's teachings to that problem. For an example, if you get accused for no reason, imagine if you get accused for no reason, then we get upset. We get upset with the person who accused us, right? Don't we? Yes, we get. But if we can remember the Buddha's teachings, the Buddha reminds us that we get accused for no reason. That's because we have cheated others in past lives. We have lied to others. As a result of that bad karma, we get accused for no reason. So if we can remember the Buddha's teachings when we are in trouble, when we are in problems, we won't get angry with others. We will try to abstain from lying in the future and be patient until the problem get normal. And remember, things are impermanent. People forget things. Therefore, without expecting and planning to build up a reputation for our life, but with that hope is not always permanent. How much you try to maintain your reputation, how much you try to build your reputation, you might come across problems and moments where you can't maintain it because things are not under your control. So we should not collapse. Therefore, we should be patient when we come across these problems, because the problem is when we do not know the truth and how this life really works, then what happens, we think on certain areas we shouldn't think. Some areas that we should think, we don't think. So sometimes we waste hours and hours thinking on problems which are not relevant, thinking on topics and living in an imaginated world for hours and hours, for days and nights. That's because our life, we are not fully aware of this phenomena of this life, the mechanism of this life. Therefore, to learn the real mechanism, we should learn the dependent origination. We should learn Paticca Samuppada, the theory of cause and effect, the cause and effect theory. There you get to learn what's the reason for the effect, and what's the reason for the effect. That's the cause. So when there's a cause, of course there's an effect. So birth leads to death, then accumulation karma leads to birth, then clinging leads to accumulation of karma. So why do we cling? Because of craving. Why do we crave? Because of feeling. So there's always a reason. Buddha has clearly shown the reason. When we know the reason, we will try to remove and cut off the reason when we know the Buddha's teachings properly. When we do not know the Buddha's teachings properly, we try to cut off something that is not relevant and will not solve the problem and fall into a greater problem or to a greater disaster. Doesn't it happen to us? It happens. Therefore, find the root for your problem through the Buddha's teachings. There are only 3 unwholesome roots. They are greed, hatred, and delusion. So when we cut those unwholesome roots, all the other desires will also get abandoned. The latter desires. Therefore, may be blessed. May you have the opportunity to find the proper root and fight against that with either loving kindness. If it is hatred, remember it's loving kindness. If it is because of attachment towards men or women, it is by getting attached to men and women. And then if lust arises, that's because of not seeing the impure nature of this body. If you are conceit, if you are proud, that's because not knowing the impermanence nature, not knowing that this is not under our control. This is not subjected to suffering. So if you feel jealous, that's because you don't have the desire to see the development of others, right? And if you don't feel like sharing your things with others, that's because you are greedy. Because our wealth, we can't take it to our next life. If we convert our wealth for donations, for giving, that power of giving, that result of giving will be with you throughout your journey of samsara. But material things will get wasted. There's a simile taught by a Buddha. Imagine a house is burning. When your house is half burning, you run inside the house and then you pull out the valuables. So what happened? Very fast, your house will get burnt. Whatever you removed while it was burning will remain. In the same way, remember, our lives are also burning. So our lives are burning means we are getting old day by day, day by day. So from these burning lives, whatever we give, the good deeds we do will remain. That's today's Dhamma advice. I hope you will know what to do next. Namo Buddhaya. Theravada.